1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, what's up guys, Irish Tail here, welcome to Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. So, today's episode is the breakdown for Rose, her abilities and how she works in general. Now, I'm not showing you her variants in this video because there are 9 other ones, you have to unlock them, and unfortunately, as it currently stands, I haven't unlocked them. So, as it stands, this is Rose just in her basic standard, her basic abilities and how it all works. The only thing you have to worry about when the customization is the fact that her primary changes. So if you get Ice Rose, she fires ice weapons and they have slightly different ammo. But in general, we're just going to go over the basics. Just going to talk about Rose as herself and without her variations, as there are quite a few, and I might cover those in a separate video if there's enough interest for it. So to begin with, Rose is like the magic class of the game. She has the Rose, like these magic thistles as her primary weapon. They have a full 20 shots total. It's almost like a machine gun when you fire it. It's got a fairly good range. It works at close, medium and long ranges, so it's definitely something worth using. Her first ability on the LB is the Time Snare. That is a spell that creates, I think it's like a slow field for about 5 seconds. It's got a 25-second cooldown, I think is what I've counted it as, and what I've worked it out to be. So remember, once you've used it, you've got 25 seconds to wait. Her next ability is the Arcane Enigma. This ability transforms her into like this sort of mystical pink thing that's absolutely invulnerable to damage. Enemies cannot hit you. I have tried to get them to, they just don't. Literally, you are invincible in this position. You then have the ability to fire it with the right trigger or your R2 button, I think it is. And basically, using the magic shortens the period of time that you can use it for. It lasts for around 15 seconds total if you don't use your attack with it. So that's a fairly good thing to remember. It takes around 30 seconds to cool down, so it's definitely worth using. It's good for getting out of situations where you might have just rushed in, caused some damage, and you want to get out, and then you just come in an invulnerable state. The next ability is the Goatify. Now this is one that I absolutely love. It transforms zombies into goats. It only lasts for about 10 seconds, but when they transform into a goat, they can actually take more damage when they're in a goat form. But you do have to remember, when an enemy is in goat form, they can actually still cause you damage, and like they still have their own abilities, such as the ram ability. The cooldown again is about 30 seconds, so you know it's a fairly decent cooldown period of time. It's not bad, and her abilities are fairly powerful once you learn how to use them properly. I find personally with her class, what you want to be doing is getting up high and shooting down on the enemies, as her main ability is like this auto-aim ability with a red crosshair, and it does a hell of a lot of damage for what it's worth. And if you hit every shot bang on, you're doing around, what, 200 damage total, which is fairly good when it comes to it, really. And here we go, we'll see the goat in action now, and there you go. And that's how you turn enemies into goats. And again, as I said, as you just saw, the goats can still ram you, but they do also take more damage, so it's a bit of a trade-off. Obviously, when they're in the goat form, most enemies do tend to just run away, especially in multiplayer. So, I'm going to show you now her in action in-game, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, so here we are, we're in-game. I'm going to show you a very quick clip of her in action. As you can see, we're on the moon base. Team's doing quite well, and she's a really good character. As you see, I just tend to use just her primary ability, as it tends to be just that awesome that it just homes in and absolutely wrecks players. Now currently, as I've said in another video, her ability is overly powered, and it's going to get nerfed, I guarantee it. But as you can see here, I absolutely destroy the enemy team, and I go on around, I think it's a 7 vanquish streak, which isn't too bad, to be honest. And again, you just absolutely destroy. So as long as you sort of keep her class moving, keep her to a sort of like a mid to long range, you're going to absolutely destroy with her, and you're going to do really well. And make sure if guys come in close, you use your slow and your goat ability, as that's going to keep you safe and keep you alive. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe for more Plants vs Zombies content, and I'll see you in the next one.